Okay, so I got to watch the pilot, and I am so invested already. I need to know, what can fans expect from Jenny and Amy's multiple journeys, and which one do you guys relate to the most? I'll have Elizabeth and then Natalie go.
Well, for Jenny and Joe, you're basically going to see their relationship unfold in all three worlds, and of course, in the music world, that's where she's given up her child for adoption. They go and they try to find him. So you'll see them kind of struggle with that and see how that plays out. And then you just see them, she's got this secret of having his child, but married to another man in the cop world. And you see them become close because they're solving this crime together. It's pretty amazing because I've been thinking about it. We have like a cop show, a medical show, and a family drama show all in one place. It's amazing.
It is. Yeah, with Amy, they're having fertility issues in the music world, and the pressures that puts on a relationship. I think they're very much in love, and they've had this great life where they've both supported each other through all their dreams. And I think it comes to a point where, I think the one thing common with all of Amy's worlds is she's trying to find her truth. And I think when all this stuff happens with the fertility issues, she needs to step back for a second. Instead of pouring, everything she has for everybody else, she starts to turn that focus into herself. And then, in another world, she's just, had a string of bad decisions I think that she's made, and she's still trying to figure herself out. And again, the common strain through all my lives, I think, on this show is finding my truth in my characters and stuff. So it's really interesting. And then in the other world, I'm just as happy-go-lucky in this marriage, and we're best friends to Jenny and Joe on those shows. So it's kind of interesting. You really do get to see, like Elizabeth said, that you get to see all these different kind of a medical show, a music show, a family show, but you also have like real life issues, and it answers, again, you get to see those roads not taken. So it's really interesting to watch all these lives unfold, because you can see how just one decision can change the course of your life in so many ways. But I also think too that there's fate and there's destiny, and there's some things that you can't, no matter what you do, things are going to be meant for you, and things are going to play out a certain way.
Well, I really related to both Jenny and Amy, because as a career-oriented person, and then wanting to be a mom and being a mom, there's always dealing with choosing one or the other. Like, you have to be a mom or you have to be a career woman. There's never really a middle, or we're never given the choice of a middle. And it's always the men, in this case Joe, that never have to deal with these circumstances. What can you tell us about the series that tells us about these choices and the women, especially Jenny and Amy, have to make?
I think with the fertility issues one, like, I had to really kind of stand up and be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Like, maybe it's okay. Like, I'm not defined by having children or not. And I think that's the thing that a lot of women kind of face, where society makes you feel like you have to procreate and you have to become a mother. If not, you're less of a woman, or, you're not as focused. And then if you are too focused, then you're not enough, you're not feminine enough, or you're not a woman, like, you're not a mother. So I feel like you get pulled in so many different directions. And I think, one of those lives, she really does stand up for herself, which is really nice to kind of see, in a sense where, like, I'm okay if this doesn't happen. Like, are you going to be okay? Is this going to be okay? And it really tests the relationship out. So I think being that, because it's a hard struggle a lot of times. People, in order to make it in certain careers, you got to really put your best foot forward and focus all your energy on that. But your life, your social life kind of suffers sometimes. So it's interesting to see these lives kind of play out, and trying to see these characters find the balance within that.
Yeah. And I know with Jenny's character, she has three too. Like, she gave up her career, and then she does her career, and there's that struggle too.
Yeah, I think that Jenny has, kind of like what Natalie was saying, we're very informed by society and what we've taken in our whole life, and the female stories that we've taken in our whole life. And I think Jenny suffers from this need to be perfect. And inside of each life, she is striving to have like this incredible career, this incredible family. She wants it all. she wants it all. And of course, like life doesn't play out perfectly. And you see her kind of like dealing with the consequences of having that like perfect dream and that falling apart a bit. And that's not a bad thing. It's like, that's a beautiful thing. Like life isn't perfect. Life is messy. You make a choice in one season, and then in another season, you're able to go back and pursue your career, or you're using your career to not think about the fact that you've like given up your child for adoption, and that actually hurts you. So you're making sure that your life is as worthwhile as possible on the other side of the spectrum. So it's messy, and she's struggling, but I think they've written like two very strong women, I would say, not without their weaknesses, but concerned with what's true for them, what's still good for them inside of being a mother and outside of it.
Well, I feel like the strongest points of the show is the women, the two of you guys, like because there's so many layers and dimensions to you ladies. And I want to talk about both of your stories, because with Amy, when she said that she's broken, I felt broken. So I wanted to know, like, how are we going towards Amy's struggle with relating to this brokenness that many women face as well?
I think, even personally, I think when you feel those kind of downs, it's a chance to reflect and really heal yourself, self-healing, and I think that's one of the things that she does. I think by turning the attention to herself, I'm like, you know what? I see this opportunity here. I see this chance here, and I want to take it. And I want to give myself a fighting chance. Like you get so focused on doing something, and sometimes those things don't plan out. And instead of being let down, I really appreciate the fact that Amy's like, you know what? I'm going to focus on something else, and I'm going to do what else I love. You know what I'm saying? Like she follows her career, something she's always wanted to do. So I like the fact that, she is struggling with these things, but the fact that she didn't let that bring her down, and she continued on with her life, and she continued on being, a strong woman who has gone through these obstacles, but not letting that define her, if that makes sense. I feel like that's one of the biggest things where, she had this miscarriage and she's having these issues and stuff like that. But again, that doesn't define her. In fact, it's going to make her stronger in so many other ways. And it's going to find that inner strength that's inside of her. And I find it to be with a lot of things. I've had really low moments in certain times. And I've always found that, the one person that's always going to be there for you is you. Mm-hmm. And you got to really love yourself and spend time with yourself and heal yourself and speak nicely to yourself, and really, really be good to yourself, because you're all you got.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And with Jenny's story too, she plays a mother of a son who has spinal muscular atrophy, and that it's normalizing it for kids who want to see themselves reflected with this disease. So I was wondering, how closely connected do you feel to this character as they're playing the character's mother, and normalizing this for them?
For me, it's so exciting. John Gluck, who plays my son, is just an incredible actor, like just a raw talent, like plucked from Virginia. And there is nothing more exciting than watching someone be on set for the first time. And I was his age when I decided I wanted to be an actor, and we as an industry are making it possible for him to be on set. These are things that we're so privileged we don't have to think of. And honestly, it's like nerve-wracking for me to play his mother, because I want to make sure I'm doing that justice. That is like his mother is just incredible, and what they do for him and what the world they've provided for him is incredible. And I'm so excited for people with SMA and all kinds of disabilities to see themselves reflected in this story, and to think, oh, I could be an actor. Like of course, like your stories are important. Like let's have more of these. So it's really just exciting.
Okay, well, thank you, ladies, so much. I'm looking forward to more of the episodes. I cannot wait to see you, ladies, from just so many layers to these ladies. So thank you so much, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Movies and TV, yeah. Pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.